Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it's been almost a couple of weeks since the latest mini set has come out, and we're gonna do what we do every single content drop. Let's take a look at H's replay. Take a look at some card statistics. We all know what the best cards are out there, but we're gonna take a look at what the worst of the worst cards so far, sorting it diamond through legend since Dr. Boom's Incredible Inventions came out. And yes, there are some cards in here I rated extremely highly, including a 5-star card. So let's take a look at what the worst of the worst cards are. If you enjoy the content on the channel, if you like, I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like, it helps us out a lot, especially as we're on the road to 83,000 subscribers. So starting off at number 10, we have a humiliating card for Death Knight, the Helm of Humiliation, a 4-mana spell where you give a minion -5/-5, also give a minion in your hand +5/+5. It's a double blood rune card. It is in 1.2% of decks, has a 46.3% deck win rate, and has been played 17,000 times. It's a Death Knight card. People like playing Death Knight. They're trying to make hand buff Death Knight work, and there have been some variants that have been kind of working, but definitely not of the double blood variety. Helm of Humiliation just doesn't have a real home to fit in, and even just standalone card, it's like a pseudo hard removal that just doesn't work. It only hits one thing, purely random, and it could be something that's not synergistic with your hand buffs because you have all those other like cards going with it. It just isn't working, but maybe, just maybe, it'll emerge as a threat at some point. But still, number 10 on the list, not that bad. At number 9, we have a card that I thought would be extremely good. Maybe it will be at some point, but we have the Part Scrapper Warrior spell. 2 mana, lose up to 5 armor, your next mech costs that much less. It is in 3.6% of decks, a 44.3% deck win rate, and by far the most played card on this list, 50,000 times. And why is this not working out? It's just too much to get together to make it work, to really pop off, right? You need that armor, you need Part Scrapper, and you need that mech in hand to really get this busted. Basically a 3-card style combination. You have like safety goggles, which can help, but a lot of us are just blinded by like, yes, we could cheat up to 5 mana and get a big Zilliax out or a bot face, but it requires a lot of setup. It requires a very specific hand, and people have been trying very hard to get this mech package to work. You'll see by another card later on in this video. It just isn't working, and Part Scrapper is kind of the centerpiece of it, and overall it is just not carrying its weight. At number 8, we have yet another warrior card. By the way, every warrior card is on this list, every single one. The standardized pack, a 1-mana spell for warrior where you add 5 random taunt minions to your hand at the end of your turn. Discard them. It is in 0.1% of decks, has a 44.3% deck win rate, and has been played 1,200 times. The first time I played this card, I got 5 cards that cost more than 5 mana. I could play 1. And like, that's the thing with taunt minions. They're not flexible. They're not that cheap. What are you doing with them? It just seems like a terrible card when I was reviewing it. It still seems like a terrible card now. And even when I like had it in arena, couldn't play the damn thing, and I just don't know what the point of the card really is. Like, taunt minions just suck. They're just not great. And when you get 5 of them, maybe I got 1 to play. Wow, that just doesn't seem really worth it. And yeah, as a result, it is number 8 on the list. At number 7, we have a sad little dust bunny, the 3-mana rogue card. It's a beast and has Battle Cry and Death Rattle. Add a random piece of junk to your hand. It could be a coin, a rock, a banana, or a knife. You're basically your rogue dagger. It is in 0.1% of decks. It has a deck win rate of 44.3% and has been played 2,300 times. Rogue's best strength right now, Mining Road, generates so many cards that cheap mana that can do incredible things. Or I could play Dust Bunny and get some junk. Just doesn't seem worth it. There's not a lot to utilize with it. I guess getting the coin for your Wishing Well Rogue could be okay, but even then, you're just gonna play cards that generate coins all the time. And yes, this card's seeing very little play and is not all that great. And at number 6, we have a card I gave 5 stars. Outright thought it would be broken. It very well may be at some point, but it's not yet. And that is Puppetmaster Dorian. Yes, Puppetmaster Dorian, number 6, the 4 mana neutral legendary, 2/6, which reads, after you draw a minion, get a 1/1 copy of it that costs 1. It is in 4.2% of decks, has a deck win rate of 44%, and has been played 33,000 times. And this is a very popular card because it can do some absurd, broken things in theory, and sometimes it works. But overall, no deck out there has consistently been able to use it to really win. The closest is Alonius Druid with the Summer Flower Child Tutor, where you get those cards, and that deck might be legit. It might be getting more refined. It may work out, but this type of effect, when you can tutor specific minions, will eventually be broken at some point, I would think, but it might just be another classic Zeddy overreaction and giving a 5-star card way too high. But right now, it is on that bottom 10 list. At number 5, we have a card I think pretty much everyone thought would suck. Hey, it turns out it sucks. The Delayed Product. Maybe it's just delayed. Maybe it's delayed. It'll be better later. The 4 mana pre-spell, discover and summon a minion that costs 8 or more. It goes dormant for 2 turns. It is in 0.4% of decks. It has a deck win rate of 44% and has been played 5,400 times. You don't really know what you're going to get with it, right? There's a lot of just 8/8s vanilla minions. There's some good stuff out there, but overall, it's a very slow card. It doesn't do anything immediately, and it's just a stat bomb in a class that, what does Priest do for stat bombs right now? They rather play a 0 mana Thirsty Drifter and take an extra turn, not play this. You could do a thing where you like get your Delayed Product and time it with your Zarimi and then hit with that minion. I guess that would be something, but it ain't working. And as a result, it's number 5 on the list. At number 4, we seem to have a skill issue because Pro Gamer is on the list. The 2 mana epic neutral, which is Battle Cry. Challenge your opponent to a game of rock, paper, scissors. The winner draws 2 cards. It is in 0.3% of decks, has a deck win rate of 42.8%, and has been played 3,400 times. Apparently, people suck at winning rock, paper, scissors because obviously you just win and you draw 2 cards. It's a bit of a delayed effect, right? Because you play it, then your opponent on their turn gets to play their rock, paper, scissors. If they win, they get 2 cards. If they tie, nobody gets cards. And, you know, if they lose, then you'll get those 2 cards right away, although they might overdraw you. And it's a weird, clunky card. Statistically, unless you're, you know, you can read minds, it's going to be basically a negative for you 2/3 of the time. It's going to be a tie or a loss 2/3 of the time. That's not great. And then you're just getting a vanilla 2 mana 2/3 that might give your opponent cards. And yes, people have been trying it and it just really isn't working out. But the card's rad. I'm glad they made it. And we'll see. Maybe some gamer out there is just so good at it that they will reverse the trend and make it a meta breaking card. At number 3, we have the other neutral legendary. They both made the list. And I think I rated this one highly too. Oh no, the Replicator Anator, the 5 mana, 5/5 mech, which has miniaturized Gigantify. After you play a minion with the same attack as this, summon a copy of it. It's a 1.4% of decks, has a deck win rate of 42.5%, and has been played 10,000 times. There's pretty cool combos with it. The main one people have really tried out is Goldbeard, where it just fills the board with Goldbeards and kills your opponent, but it's a bit awkward to set up. There's not a lot of crazy combos. There just really isn't that many amazing things you can do with the card. It is like 3 cards in one, but it's like 3 bad cards in one, unless you have something really good to go with it. And right now, that hasn't really emerged. But again, really cool design. People are having fun with it. But in terms of power level, not doing so hot. At number 2, we have by far the least played card of the mini set. This is the least played card and one of the worst, at least based on very limited sample size. Return Policy, the 3 mana Demon Hunter spell. Discover a friendly death rattle card you play this game. You trigger its death rattle. It is in 0.07% of decks, has a deck win rate of 42.1%, and has been played 530 times. Again, we saw this card before with like 9 lives. It sees play right now in Wild, in like that Ahurahan Egg Hunter. It's not a terrible card. You get some value out of it. You proc a death rattle. Why would Demon Hunter want to play this right now? There's no good Death Rattle deck. It probably will be good if they have a good Death Rattle deck, but there's literally nothing. What are you going to do with your Umpire's Grasp and get the window shopper you probably already drew, and then it's not that great. Like, it's just a card that can be good that doesn't have any support whatsoever, and as a result, yeah, it's pretty lost. And the golden card is even lost with the actual card art missing from the golden version still for some reason. That's a bizarre one. And then at number 1, we have the final warrior card on the list, a card I can't believe people thought would be good. I don't even think I rated it well, and I'm terrible at rating apparently, as I got 5 and 4-star cards on this list. That is the Safety Expert, a 10 mana 8/8 mech. It has Rush, Death Rattle, shuffle 3 bombs into your opponent's deck. It is in 2.1% of decks, has a deck win rate of 38.3%, considerably lower than every other card on this list. It's been played 18,000 times. People really want Bomb Warrior to work out again. The thing is, this card sucks. Bombs are just like, there's not enough bombs to be good. There's no bomb payoff. And, you know, you got to try and cheat it out with Part Scrapper. We saw how that card's doing. And overall, yeah, why not just blow up your opponent's deck with Boom Boss? That's what wins. That has a great win rate. Or play Plagues. You shuffle in way more little bombs that never go away, and they have effects and all that. A lot better. And yeah, you just have Safety Expert as your main payoff. You can like res it with like Inventor Boom, but overall, it just hasn't worked. And you can tell people have really wanted it to work out with the amount of times it's been played. But overall, yeah, this mini set, not so kind to Warrior, but Warrior's still doing pretty well. Odin Warrior I've seen rank 1 with, Reno Warrior still rank 1 with. So yeah, I guess they didn't need a ton of help, and people are enjoying the cards. So there you go, the worst performing card so far. Gotta say, doing a lot better than the normal worst list, like only 1 sub 40%, and people are playing the cards anyways, right? I think a lot of these could be good later down the road, but overall, it is just always kind of funny to take a look and see what the worst cards have been so far. Let me know which ones you think should be on the list, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.